What are you yapping about?
Welcome to another edition of this. Are we ready? Are we ready? Cause my co-host show did turned around like, huh? Huh?
I'm good. I'm here.
Welcome to another edition of Signatures and Finishers podcast. I'm your host, Diaz Walk. And yes, you walked in on comedy time here on Signatures and Finishers podcast, the SFP, the most must-see podcast in the wrestling community. And as always, the star of the show, who is the show because I've been replaced,
I
ladies and
did not
gentlemen,
say that.
Jamie.
First off, I'm not the one to recommend replacing you. I'll leave it at
No,
that. I have nothing to do with that.
I know. I mean, a listener apparently was want me replaced.
I mean, if you're not doing the show, I'm not doing the show. So,
I mean, like, I don't know what that listener was thinking. Stay off the weed. But you know, good people's though. Good people's. You try to replace me.
I don't know if it would be replacing you as just relegating you to the moderator. Like I said, you're just a male, uglier Molly Quinn.
100%. I agree with that statement. Because I ain't nothing to look at.
Neither am I. We should have done a radio show, not a podcast.
Oh, don't worry. I have a radio. I got the show part. Just need to get on air. I will be taking donations for that. We can't get the bus to open. Forget about it. We'll do our own bus it open.
There you go. I don't need to be around Bubba Ray Dudley.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Bubba Ray got good wrestling stories, so I don't mind. Bubba Ray, Devon, and no, Bubba Henry's not. It's Bubba Ray, Mark Henry,
Tommy Dreamer.
Is Tommy Dreamer got good wrestling stories. Oh, Natty.
Oh, is she on there? I haven't listened to Busted Open.
Yes, Natty's on there. Thunder Rosa is on there.
Didn't she just get into a fight with somebody?
Who? Thunder Rosa?
Yeah, I thought I read that she got into like a backstage fight with somebody in AEW.
Oh well, let's see.
I thought I read that like 3 or 4 days ago.
I wouldn't be surprised because she was spicy.
Well, she's mad she's not getting more subscribers to her cooking show.
Cooking in her panties?
Whatever it is.
That's the name of the show, Cooking in My Panties.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Yes. She had been, hold on. That was back in 2020. No. We're talking about recent.
Now you're making me look stuff up.
I'm looking it up.
It was like 3 or 4 days ago I saw it.
Jamie Hayter?
Yeah, that might have been it.
No, that was a year ago.
Oh, for some reason it just popped up on my stuff. They do that sometimes. Jamie Hayter
she's a little feisty one. She likes to fight anybody.
Lola Vice, send her over there.
Send who?
Lola Vice, send her over there.
To AEW?
Yeah. She's never going to
try to say that she got no competition in NXT?
No, I'm just saying they're never going to do anything with her.
Or in AAA?
I mean, no. No, not in AAA either.
I mean, because she is one of the few superstars who go back and forth between both shows. And she got Miss Iguana on her side.
No. Dude plays with a puppet.
Yeah. Well, again, welcome to today's show. On today's show, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of things happen around professional sports and professional wrestling. And one of the things we're going to talk about is the return return of Brock Lesnar yesterday at Monday Night Raw, while Oba was doing his usual entrance, doing his light show. He got attacked from behind by a man that's about big as he is, looked like a beast, and turned out to be Brock Lesnar. Hit him with 3 F5s.
I didn't see it when it happened because I got so bored watching Raw that I turned it off after the LA Knight Usos part. So I had to wake up and read that this morning. So I was like, I have to go back and watch it. So I did.
I seen it, and by the way, let's elaborate a little bit here. There's no lies detected. Yesterday Raw was boring up to that point. Now we had a couple of segments here that was a little bit interesting. The Usos and LA Knight, Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu and the Usos. You know, it's amazing how one guy could take down 3.
I'm just wondering, since when does Jacob just no-sell moves? And of all things, you got taken down by a Jey Uso spear is the move that took you down. Like, come on.
Well, it took him down, but it really didn't do anything.
And then Jimmy with the worst splash I've ever seen. Bronson Reed looks like a superstar compared to that splash last night.
What the Uso splash? I mean,
it was
to me, it don't look right when you do it on a big guy. Jacob's a big guy. It don't look right doing it. Now, if it was someone like a Montez Ford or the Lost Guards,
somebody athletic is what you're trying to say without saying it.
You can say that.
You mean somebody that could jump off the top rope and not just kind of fall off the top rope?
Yeah, it's look, when you're a small guy, you hear the big guy with a splash off the top rope, it just don't look right.
I'm not a fan of splash moves. There's only 2 people that should ever do a splash, and that was Eddie Guerrero and Rob Van Dam.
Frog splash.
And basically nobody really should do it besides Rob Van Dam. Montez Ford, I'll give a pass because he can get some height. He's good on his, so I'll give him a pass now. But nobody even comes close to, and it's terrible.
You know, to me, a frog splash is done right by a wrestler who is not over 6 feet tall. So like Eddie Guerrero, Rob Van Dam, it looks sweet when they do it because they're not that tall. But when you got a guys like 6'2", or like you said, Montez Ford, you make it a session because he get a lot of height to it. Other than that, man, yeah, I don't think nobody else should be doing that type of move. Rey Mysterio doesn't even do that move.
There's a lot of guys in WWE that do moves that they just should not do because it doesn't look good. And I don't know if like producers don't want to tell them that or what, but yeah, there's a lot of guys that do moves they just shouldn't. But like last night, Jacob no-sold 2 super kicks, a chair shot,
Superman punch.
Oh yeah, Superman punch. Got taken down by Jay with a spear, and then frog splash by Jimmy, and then I kind of forgot where it went from there.
And the Roman spear.
Oh yeah, he got the Roman spear because they pushed him into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there was something in between there, but whatever. But that segment was fine.
I think they wanted to make Jacob look like not a monster, but make him look like a man on fire, like a fiery man, like he doesn't feel anything. But
they're positioning him to be the heel.
Yes, they are.
That's the problem. And then you have LA Knight calling out the Usos later on in the show. So it's like they don't even know what direction they're going with their characters. And that's a problem.
Yeah, it is a problem because now you don't know who's the heel, who's the face. Because if everyone paid attention, kind of like Roman Reigns went back to his old music.
Mm-hmm.
And that music went back to that's a heel music.
Yeah, like Roman should always be the heel. He's going to get cheered just like if you go back into the Attitude Era, Austin was doing heel things all the time.
Yeah.
But he was so over that he's going to get cheered no matter what. So you just have to adapt to it. With Roman, it's like, oh, the fans are cheering, so we have to treat him like he's a face, but he's constantly a heel. He doesn't evolve. He doesn't change. So...
No, and I think his character, the way it's presented right now, it'll be hard to change him. Especially I get it when they want to make Roman a face. When he lost the title, he was battling the bloodline. Well, Solo. They want him to go face. It didn't work.
They had the perfect opportunity to leave him. They could have left him. They could have made him a full-fledged face when he won the title. He actually did something storyline-wise on his own. When is the last time Roman Reigns did anything storyline-wise on his own? Over 10 years
ago. I want to say, was it when he beat Triple H for the title?
Over 10 years ago.
Yes.
So you had a position that you could have changed his character without changing his character. He's now a guy that can walk alone. He can still be the tribal chief that doesn't need to have people around him. And then you could still do the whole segment, the whole program with Jacob. Jacob beats him, becomes the tribal chief, and then you have a whole new bloodline that people might actually get behind, because now you can slowly start to replace the Usos with Zilla. Zilla's made it abundantly clear he's not signing with anybody until he gets his WWE offer. Yeah. He flat out came out like a week ago and said, I'm not signing with AEW.
I don't have a problem with the Usos with Roman. The way they should have done it is like they did a long time ago when Roman was there. He didn't need the Usos. I'm talking about this is when he left the Shield. But the Usos were around just in case, he needed backup. But Roman was by himself. If they went back to that would be no issue. By having Roman and the Usos together again, you just really
Roman looks weak.
Yeah, not only looks weak, but you're starting a faction that nobody wants.
We had 4 or 5 years of it. Like, nobody needs to see it again in the same exact setup. It's like bringing back the NWO and look what happened. WWE brought back the NWO, went over like a lead balloon because they didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, Vince killed it.
And now you're bringing back the bloodline for no reason whatsoever. You still could have had Jacob and Roman going at each other. Jacob could beat Roman, take the title. Now he's not the OTC, but he'd be the tribal chief, and then he could form his own bloodline if he wanted to. He could pull in Solo. He could grab Zilla. He could get Tala. You got a whole new bloodline, and then they could beat up the Usos.
But then what you're really doing is you just restarting the bloodline with somebody new leading the way.
But you say, can tell a whole
I could bring in Solo. They bring in Zilla.
But then they could tell a whole different story. They don't have to do the Roman Reigns thing all over again.
No, but I kind of think wrestling fans in general is just tapped out of the bloodline situation.
I am too, but they're not getting rid of those guys. They made that abundantly clear by not getting rid of any of them besides the MFTs that, quite honestly, should have all been gone with the Wyatt Six, because the MFTs have nobody left to go against.
Not only that, they had nothing for them.
Yeah.
Period.
And of all of them, you kept the least talented one in Talatanga. You kept him because he's tall.
And you kept Tonga.
Tama was the most talented, but he was never even in that mix to begin with.
I always say, like, if you're going to keep one brother, you got to keep all 3 brothers. Because it don't make sense. Because my whole thing, it don't make sense to you let go one, but you keep 2. Because the other one is a botch machine. I get that.
Oh yeah, Tonga Loa is terrible. He's one of the worst pro wrestlers of all time.
Well, I ain't gonna go that far. I ain't gonna go that
okay.
far.
In the history of WWE, Tonga Loa would be in the bottom 5% of the wrestlers in the history of the company, from a talent perspective, easily.
I go that, but we seen some work. We seen a lot worse.
I mean, when you try and low blow a guy 3 or 4 times and keep missing, and this was like was it his debut? It was either his debut or like the week after he debuted and missed Kevin Owens like 4 times.
It was
like, come on, dude.
It's like, hey, my man, the middle.
Right? Like, you know where it is.
You forgot where it was? Let me show you.
Or are you just trying to insult Kevin Owens that it's that small?
Yeah. But that's why I stand by. If you're gonna let go one, you gotta let go all 3, because all 3 are together. And it's not like, of all 3 of them, only Tama is the most talented one. He's the one that got the most. He got the one that got the has the the most everything. I can't think of the word. The most talent than any one of the brothers. But I am surprised they kept Tyler because he really hasn't done anything. He just like
it's having a big man on the roster. That's all it is.
No, who he is he is Solo when Solo was with Roman, but just tall.
Well, and that's the whole thing. There's no reason to keep him. They kept him because he's a big man.
That too.
I mean, same thing. Look at Omos. What have they done with Omos? The occasional spot in AAA? They keep him because he's a monster. That's it.
I am surprised they kept him around because he wrestles on AAA and he wrestles in New Japan. And quite honestly, I am surprised by the WWE letting Omos wrestle in Japan because they usually don't let their talent do anything outside of WWE, but you don't use them, so
he's in a spot where he can probably call his own shot on things like that, because what are you going to do? Release me and then I'm going to go wherever I want because I'm a giant? And every wrestling promotion always wants giants.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason Talatanga still has a job. I guarantee it.
You sure it ain't because of his mic skills?
Oh, yeah.
I like to think the big man got some mic skills. You know what his mic skill is? Let me show you.
Mm-hmm.
That's his mic skill.
But as far as the bloodline, they're obsessed with telling this Civil War story, so it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So you just have to make the best of it, plan for the best, create the best story possible, but it's the WWE.
Yeah.
So
I think we all get tired of seeing the bloodline fight each other.
Yeah.
I mean, if I want to see a family fight, I'll just go to a relative house and watch you guys just go in the backyard, throw it up. It to me, the bloodline, especially this with Roman and Jacob, this for one should have been over at the last pay-per-view. Number two, now they're going to have another match, and we know who's going to win, and we know what's going to happen afterwards. They're not going to put Jacob over Roman right now. That's not going to happen. So what's going to end up happening is two things. Either he's going to acknowledge Roman on Monday Night Raw, or he's going to get fired. Storyline wise, fired.
Yeah. Yeah, and either way, it just makes it stupid because, again, you're building up a faction that has no rival.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I understand it telling the story. I understand they trying to make it make sense. Hey, he wants the money, he wants the car, he wants the jewelry, he wants what Roman has, and I get it. I understand y'all use a playbook out of every jealous family member of a famous athlete. I get it, but at the same time, man, how many times we seen this already?
Well,
did I see this with A and Jimmy?
Did I send you the screenshot yesterday of the writers' backgrounds for WWE?
Yeah.
Like the one dude worked on a children's show on like PBS or something. Like
he must have fit Triple H's personality.
I just don't know. How have you not gone to the soap operas and like poached their writers? Those people have to tell a consistent story week in and week out. And they know how to do it.
Well, how come you can't use some of these writers who are being let go by these major TV studios who know how to write stories?
Well, I mean, same with soap operas. I mean, General Hospital's been on since what, 60s, 50s, 70s, somewhere in there?
Hey, Days of Our Lives still strong.
That's what I'm saying. You got General Hospital, you got like Days of Our Lives. I think my grandma still watches a dude's name's Victor. I think it's Bold and Beautiful or something. I think that one might be gone. I don't know. But these shows have been on for like decades. Go poach some of their writers. Clearly, they know how to tell stories because people still watch. All you have to do is adapt it into pro wrestling, which isn't hard. You're just telling the story. You're not having to choreograph the fights.
Hey, look. Get some of those writers who were just let go by NBC. What's that TV show? Law and Order, Organized Crime. They're available.
Yeah, Organized Crime's gone. It's funny. All the Law and Orders, the good ones, are the ones that always get canceled. But yeah, SVU just keeps chugging. for some ungodly reason.
Hey, the Law and Order might be getting canceled.
I mean, it got canceled once.
And it was a good show.
Yeah. I mean, Criminal Intent is still the best Law and Order.
Oh, heck yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio is a beast.
Yeah. I wish he would go back to doing TV shows. I would love him to go back to do Law and Order. To me, he was the best character on Law and Order, in my humble opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you can watch him play Kingpin on Daredevil if you want.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, well, it's not the same. Not the same. Sorry, guys.
There's a lot of talent writing wise, and that's what frustrates me with the WWE is like you went and hired somebody that worked on a children's TV show. Like that's their background.
Even worse, you didn't even hire anybody who has a wrestling background in writing.
Well, and that was the whole joke is like, now you know why Road Dogg left. Look what he had to work with. Like, it's like, I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. And all this time we was criticizing Road Dogg for being the head writer. And he's looking like, well, shit, I got a guy who worked on Sesame Street. What the fuck?
Well, and this is why I can always criticize Triple H. It always starts at the top. It starts at the top and rolls its way down. At the end of the day, he's the one that allows this stuff to happen. People can say, oh, Ari made this happen or Ari stepped in here. Yeah, they might have inserted Pat McAfee into something. The rest of it is Triple H all over it. Then you got Kevin Nash coming out. I saw Kevin Nash like a week ago. Oh, Triple H, he knows how to do this stuff. He knows the business inside and out. There's nobody more qualified to do it than him, but he's stuck with these guys to keep hamstringing him. And that could very well be true. You know what your option is? Quit and go to AEW because Tony Khan would hire you in a second.
You think Tony Khan will hire Triple H?
100% he would.
Even after Triple H been trolling this guy ever since day one?
If Triple H wants a job, Triple H is still fairly young in the perspective of like work life.
Yeah, he doesn't need to work.
He doesn't need to work, but if he wanted to, I'm not saying if you're going to go force the guy to work for you if he doesn't want to. If he wants to work in pro wrestling, AEW is the only place that you're going to be able to go. NWA doesn't have the money to pay you like that. MLW doesn't have the money to pay you like that. Maple Leaf doesn't have the money to pay you like that. You going to go work in Japan? No. You don't do business with them now as a company. And they're certainly not going to welcome Triple H over there.
I don't think Triple H should be welcome anywhere.
I don't either. But
that's the whole point of me saying I don't think he wants to go work at the WWE. Nobody ain't going to welcome him open arms. They're not going to forget all the shit he did. Or try to do.
Not at all. But as far as the Brock Lesnar thing, there was the whole thing of WWE was saying that they were going to sue him. People are saying that was fake and blah, blah, blah. I'm tending to think that might have been true, and that's why Brock is back.
Without probably have been breach of contract, and they was going to sue him.
No, if you want to retire, nobody can stop you from retiring.
Right.
It's like if you played 1 year in the NFL and you say I'm retired. Well, you're not getting a pension. But if you come back, you have to obligate to that team unless they trade your rights away. So the same thing, like if you sign a contract saying I'm going to be here for 3 years and you retire, you either have to buy out of the rest of that contract in case you try and go somewhere else, or you're locked into that contract. If you come back out, you're going to that company again. So if I had to guess, the story probably was true to some degree, and that's why Brock is back. Do I think Brock wanted to lose to Gunther? No, probably not. Because Gunther at this point, they killed his career. Gunther looks like a joke now. Do you know how many wrestlers have retired now that have basically, or in the process of retiring, that have worked to circumvent going around Gunther?
Let's see. We have Brock Lesnar, Rey Mysterio Jr.
Mm-hmm.
If potentially Cody Rhodes, because they said this is going to be his last contract. So at some point within these next, they got this year and 2 more years after that.
Finn Balor's talking about retirement soon. Shinsuke's talking about retirement soon.
CM Punk won't be here soon. Roman Reigns won't be here soon. There's a lot of wrestlers in their 40s who won't be here soon. And honestly, God, I would not blame them if they take the Brock Lesnar route where, I'm not fighting Gunther. I mean, this looked bad for the WWE. Even before Brock did that, they announced that Rey Mysterio was out of WrestleMania with an injury. This dude comes back like a week or two before WrestleMania and insert himself into the ladder match. And he basically called his shot. Yes, Rey Mysterio is retiring, but he wants to wrestle Dom. So Dom is going to retire his father.
I saw it when it happened, but I was going to send it to you and I never did. But it was a picture of EO standing over Asuka. And then below that was a picture of Gunther looking all pissed off in the stands. It's like, even Asuka went around.
Look, it's. I understand they want to build Gunther up to this massive heel. And quite honestly, they should.
He needs somebody to talk for him.
To do this.
He can't talk.
I get that. He cannot talk. And that's why I'm kind of disappointed they took Ludwig Kaiser away from him.
Yeah, I mean, Ludwig made him credible.
Yeah. Excuse me. In a wrestling sense, I would have Ludwig Kaiser lose to Chad Gable. And I would have Chad Gable retire that the America and a Grande Americano gimmick.
They are printing so much money with that gimmick between the two of them.
I know.
But here's the thing, though. They love Ludwig down there. Like that dude, you're not going to see Ludwig Kaiser ever again. You got El Grande Americano. That's it.
Yeah. But if you Ludwig Kaiser, you're not Rey Mysterio, where you got credibility, where you can wear a mask and you can be a champion and you're good with it because that's part of your heritage. You Ludwig Kaiser. If you win a championship, you would never get the credit that you deserve because they ain't gonna be like, oh, that's a Grande Americano. He's the heavyweight champion of the world. Mm-hmm. Not Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser ain't gonna get nothing out of this whole thing.
We've talked about this before. Both of these guys are too good to be stuck in this gimmick. The problem is Ludwig has been so good that they love him down there, and he's gonna get stuck in this probably for eternity.
That is crazy.
The other two will slowly dissipate and go back to Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne because nobody cares about them. But El Grande Americano, they love it.
That's sad. I mean, it's good and sad. It's good for the WWE because, like you said, they're making tons of money off of it. But it's bad for Ludwig Kaiser because he would not be getting the credit he deserved as a single wrestler, not wearing a mask.
Well, so when you put that mask on, that's like,
oh, a Grande Americano.
Well, the whole problem is you're wrestling in AAA.
True. Well,
WWE didn't buy AAA because AAA was killing it.
Oh no!
Let's be honest of what's going on. Like they bought them because you saw like an injured animal limping down the road, and it's like, we can do something to expand our presence in Mexico. But
yeah, and look, Triple H was struggling, and WWE hopped on there at the perfect time because they needed the backing, they need some more investments, and Triple A depended on the WWE to help them and take them to that next level. I feel for them because they came at a time where TKO just want to like strip everything down and make you like your show like a basic show.
Taking it to the next level on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, think about this. We'll get back to the Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi situation here. Dominic Mysterio is the Triple A World Heavyweight Champion, right?
Yep.
Dominic Mysterio is a Monday Night Raw superstar. Dominic Mysterio lost the IC title.
Mm-hmm.
Is it safe to say that that's Dominic Mysterio's last good run as a champion in the WWE on Raw? Because now he's just a Triple A wrestler.
I mean, as long as he's still attached to Liv Morgan, he'll have TV time. But I mean, it's only a matter of time before he loses that title to Rey Fenix.
Are they building that match?
Not yet, but that's Rey Fenix's future is AAA.
I thought it was going to get back to Val Kingo or give it to Penta.
I mean, supposedly, from what I read, everybody's dying to go wrestle in AAA because they'd rather work for The Undertaker than Triple H, but...
Give it some time.
Yeah. You know, Undertaker's just calling Vince. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do?
Bring me in, Taker. Bring me in. I run it.
I'm telling you, he's going to get control of the company again. He's going to buy it back. He's got those Saudi investors he's working with. Oh, he has 100% desire. Telling you right now, he's going to buy it back and he's going to privatize it.
So you think that just what they saying about he wants to do movies, build his movie studio? That just
oh no, I think he absolutely wants to do that. He's always tried to do movies. He's had Titan Entertainment forever. It's just they do straight to video. The Marine 9. Like how many? I know of like 4 different people that played the Marine. You had John Cena, Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase Jr. Okay, so I know 3.
And The Miz.
The Miz, yeah. So there was one. And I think there was actually, didn't The Miz do like 2 sequels or something? I think there's like 7 Marine movies.
No, Miz did the most.
That's okay. So there's like 7 movies then.
Yeah, Miz did the most. So,
but like he's always tried to do movies. If you look at when The Rock started doing movies, WWE had production credits on all of his movies. So it's not anything new.
Did they have production credit on No Holds Barred? I think they did.
Yeah, that was like Vince's spearhead to actually get into the movie business. Yeah. That was Titan Entertainment.
Okay. Because actually I was going back and thinking, they don't got no credit for what Hulk Hogan did, Rocky. If I remember correctly, he got fired for doing
he got fired for doing Rocky. And then they brought him back immediately because it's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, the biggest superstar. I was going to send you this picture, and it's a very old picture. I think it was taken in the 80s, but it's a picture of Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and Randy Savage outside the wrestling ring, in their regular clothing. They look chill. They look laid back. They was having a good time. And I want to say that I might still send it to you. I got to find it. Just let everybody know. Those 3 were friends outside the wrestling ring.
Mm-hmm.
So if whoever think like all these guys had animosity towards each other,
no, it's just they were always swimming in different pools. They would come together at certain times, but they were like Ric Flair was always over in WCW in the 90s until Hogan went over there, and then Macho Man went over there. In the 80s, he was in WCW, AWA, NWA. Hogan was WWF. Macho Man was WWF. Like, no, there's a really funny story that I've heard Hulk Hogan talk about, and then I think it was the waiter or one of the waiters at a restaurant. Macho Man just randomly drove over to Hogan's house one time and said, "We're going to dinner. I'm picking you up, and we're going to dinner." So Hogan's like, "Okay." I threw some clothes on. We go to dinner. And basically, Macho Man ordered a steak rare. Like, just throw the meat on a plate. And like blood dripping, he's like, "I want the whole thing." And the restaurant wouldn't do it. So he basically intimidated the waiter to intimidate the chef. They bring this bloody steak out, and it basically turns into he cuts it up and just starts throwing it all over the restaurant and just causing a scene. And it led to like a big fight, and they basically had to beat up everybody at the restaurant. Now, again, it's coming from Hulk Hogan, which means it's probably 10% true. Because, again, he was the basis for Metallica, according to him. But, yeah. No, he had some funny Macho Man stories. Ric Flair's told some funny Macho Man stories, too. Who would have thought Ric Flair would be the one that's the only one alive out of those 3 right now?
Who? Ric Flair? Yeah. On this show, ladies and gentlemen, we would never call the dead a liar or truth. We don't despair.
I just know the story was hilarious. I did not do a good job telling it because I'm trying to piece it all together, but it turned into like a big brawl.
Other shows. We all know how Hulk Hogan tells stories, so we're just gonna let that be how it is. Because you don't want the Hulkster come back in somebody's dream and drop a 24-inch python.
He never used his creative control. Just remember that. He never once used creative control.
Who, Hogan?
Hogan. That was his big claim. I had creative control, but I never once used it.
Nope. Not taking the bait. Not taking the bait. Taking the bait. But yeah, I just want to mention that. So we're going to come back full circle. We're going to talk about the Brock Lesnar thing. The WWE and Brock Lesnar really don't care about the retirement angle. Whether it was an angle or not, they don't care. We all know that the WWE would pay Brock Lesnar anything and any amount of money to come back and do these matches. That's a fact.
That's where I get kind of like, I believe it probably was a story, but I also think Ari Emanuel is petty enough to try and threaten to sue Brock Lesnar for retiring on him. Now, can I also see that Brock did make an audible in the ring and say, you know what, this is it, I'm done? I can 100% see him doing that. Do I think WWE was smart enough? Do I think WWE was honestly smart enough to come up with an angle of, hey, Brock, because Paul Heyman's face is the one that sold it. Like, he looked legitimately shocked as to what was going on.
Yeah.
And I fully believe that Brock decided probably 3/4 of the way. He had an idea before the match.
Yeah.
But probably with the way the match was going of like, this is it. This is the ultimate time to go out. Yeah. And they either threw a boatload of money at him or threatened to sue him to get him to come back to work out this angle.
Yeah. Look, we all know that TKO, they don't love wrestling, they hate wrestling. They're trying to kill it. I do believe Brock Lesnar retired on that day.
I do too.
And I do believe Brock Lesnar did not want to come back. And I do believe that Brock Lesnar was probably threatened, or he's probably given a boatload of cash. At that point, he don't even care. I mean, you seen the man legitimately had tears in his eyes. The man legitimately waved to the fans. He left his gloves and his shoes in the ring. While John Cena did told everybody, no lies detect, that Brock Lesnar is going to retire. Mm-hmm. Brock Lesnar did it earlier instead of doing it at SummerSlam against Gunther. He didn't want to fight Gunther. You know what? I'll put it like this. To Brock Lesnar, it didn't even matter who the opponent was at if he was going to retire at SummerSlam. He didn't want to be here anymore. And how many times we ever heard a wrestler of a Brock Lesnar who legitimately retired at WrestleMania, basically telling WWE, I don't want to be here anymore. I am done.
I fully believe that he did retire. Because, like, he had tears in his eyes. Heyman was completely shocked. Yeah. Like, I fully believe it.
Everybody in the back was shocked. Triple H had no answer.
If they come at him with another 7-figure offer, look at how little he had to do when he came back up to the point that he lost that match with Oba. He had to do very little and got like 10 mil for it. They made abundantly clear he got 7 figures to do that. Yeah. If they threw another 7 figures at him to, hey, can you come back and just do the same thing again? Sure. I never said this is my one and done. John Cena has been abundantly clear, like, I'm never coming back. Lesnar never said that. He just said I'm retiring. But you throw another 7 figures at me to come back and do that again? Okay.
Well, I think this time around, Brock is going to win.
Well, he has to. Or there's no reason to bring him back if you're not going to have him win.
Right. He's going to win, and we ain't going to see Brock for a while, and then he'll come back at SummerSlam and finish the job. Put Oba back over. He can officially retire in his hometown. The WWE, I just don't understand that. They think like our eyes be deceiving, like we didn't see what we see at WrestleMania. So they can't build this up and say, okay, now we at SummerSlam, Brock loses, he officially retired. No, we seen that at WrestleMania, he retired. Our lives did not lie. They cannot promote this and say, hey, this is Brock Lesnar's retirement match. No, we already seen it.
Yeah, they're not going to do a good job of telling a story. They're not going to do a good job of trying to explain it away. So it's one of those things you're just going to have to grit your teeth and just get through. It's just like what I talked about Sami Zayn winning the heavyweight title at some point. You got to know it's coming. You just grit your teeth and get through it.
But here's the thing, though. Next year, WrestleMania is in Saudi Arabia. You know they got unlimited money, allegedly. You don't think they're going to throw 7 figures at Brock Lesnar? Hey, come out and retire for this one match against such and such.
Oh, no, I fully believe Brock Lesnar is going to be the Michael Jordan. They're going to keep bringing him back once a year. And it's going to be 8 to 12 million every time you want to bring him back. But I fully believe he'll be wrestling into his early 50s.
Jesus Christ.
And I don't blame him. The dude's like 48 years old now and still looks like that. If you keep yourself in that kind of shape, like look at The Undertaker. When The Undertaker was in like the last 8 years of his career, you could tell dude was struggling to stay in shape.
Oh, 100%.
Like there was times where you're like, dude, you look like just an average tall dude at this point. Like
he had a gut.
Yeah.
And he did a good job wearing black to hide it.
Yeah, but I mean, Brock clearly ain't working that hard to get in shape at the last minute. He's staying in shape. Yeah. So if you're going to throw me 8 to 12 or 8 to 15 million to come and do that for a couple of weeks, I'll do it once a year. 4 weeks out of a year to make that kind of money all day.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Up there eating reindeer meat all the time, it shouldn't be that hard to stay in shape. Right. But
I mean, yeah, I mean, look, I know he get criticized for not giving a shit about his career, not giving a shit about the angles and all that. But let me tell you something. It's not. I don't blame him. I blame WWE. Look, if you're gonna keep offering this man $8 to $15 million, who's gonna say no?
Yeah.
If you don't want to, if Brock retire, let him stay retired. But if you can keep throwing money at him, who the hell gonna say no? Unless you the Rock, nobody else ain't gonna say no.
I mean, Brock has been one of their most loyal guys of all time, next to like The Undertaker. Yeah, Brock went and did what he wanted to do. Once that got out of his system, he's been there every time you've called on him, no matter how ridiculous it was. He showed up because he was getting paid. You want him to over the top sell to make Oba Femi look even better than he is? What did he do? He 100% did it. He was letting him throw him around like a rag doll. If I only have to do that for like 4 to 6 weeks and collect $10 million, I'll stay in shape for the next 10 years. Call me up once a year.
Yeah. And this is gonna be interesting because they're gonna have that match at Clash of Italy. I guarantee you we're not gonna see Brock until around close to SummerSlam. It's really no point to see Brock after Clash of Champion right the Monday Night Raw after Clash of Italy. We don't need to see him until we get close to SummerSlam.
And I do think WWE will spin it and try and say, you know, they'll refilm an episode of Unreal that they've already tried to film to cover it up. But this was 100% a pivot. Yeah. He retired on you. You didn't know what to do with Oba, so you announced an Oba Femi Open Challenge. And then the first week you do it, you literally just run with, oh, everybody's too scared to fight you, so you're going to go find 2 of the smallest guys on the roster to go throw around. Like, come on. And people are supposed to think you're credible and like you're a threat because you threw around Angel Garza, who weighs like 170 pounds.
Or
you couldn't even go throw. Otis. Yeah, well, guess who was on Raw last night for Whataburger and DoorDash?
Otis
and Tozawa. 2 people that you're like, you just did releases and these guys still work here. I like them both. I think Tozawa has been criminally underrated. Otis,
he just
doesn't really provide any value. He's just kind of there. But you don't do anything with these guys. Why do they still work for you? You had them do a Whataburger commercial for you. Which Whataburger is not that good, by the way. It's like people that are obsessed with In-N-Out Burger. It's like, nah. Whataburger's fine. It's fine. But it is nothing special.
Oh, God.
It's okay. I know you've been living in the South so long that you think it's like the gold standard. You like In-N-Out Burger too, don't you? The most basic burger of all time. That's right, I said it.
I need a drink.
Even living in Arizona, people would be like lined up around the building for In-N-Out Burger. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'm gonna go. Get this burger. The most basic bitch burger of all time. Five Guys is 1,000 times better than either one of those places.
But yeah, Five Guys are the ones that's closing restaurants around the country.
That has nothing to do with Whataburger's not even available in 3/4 of the country.
This is only available in the South.
I know, that's you're answering my question. Five Guys is everywhere. You're gonna close some restaurants. It's cool.
Okay, listen, because we just took an unexpected turn because of your burgers. Whataburger, I'll eat Whataburger before I eat McDonald's and Burger King.
Well,
What? What?
I was about to make a comparison that you would understand, but a lot of people that would possibly listen to this would have no idea about comparing, the Coliseum to the traffic light. But I won't go there. So if you're going to compare Whataburger to McDonald's, then sure, it's great.
Oh God. Okay, listen. All right. In-N-Out Burger, they're good burgers. If you compare so you got me off my game. If you compare Whataburger, In-N-Out Burger, Fat Guys, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and Jack in the Box.
Oh, Jack in the Box. There we go.
I'll put Jack in the Box last.
Oh, Jack in the Box is last. I find it funny because they still run commercials up here for Jack in the Box. Still no Jack in the Box in Michigan.
Gaylord.
Oh, is there one in Gaylord?
Yes.
So the whole state gets commercials for Jack in the Box. Nobody wants to go to Gaylord.
Amen.
I think I drove through it once.
Yeah. Me personally, I would take Whataburger over all of them just because it's just so damn. It's good. All right.
If you're comparing it to those that you listed,
I don't got to worry about seeing my double quarter pounder with cheese in the damn microwave. Oh, we're gonna melt the cheese. We're gonna put it in the microwave.
If you're gonna compare it to the ones you just listed, sure, Whataburger would be on top. Wendy's would be a close second. But if you add Dairy Queen burgers in there, Dairy Queen goes to the top. If you never had a Dairy Queen burger, you don't know.
I did. I had a Dairy Queen burger.
Dairy Queen does it right. We sound like a bunch of fat kids talking about wrestling right now. So
we are fat kids.
I know, but we're also not kids. But I'm still willing to go with it.
We got inside. The kid in me just I don't know. I guess it's still upset and hurt because we talking about Whataburger. It is. I'm still crying on the inside, but I get over it.
I stand by what I said. When you compare it to the slop that you mentioned, it would be the gold standard. But when you add some others in there, it quickly falls off. I will take Whataburger over In-N-Out Burger, though, just to be clear.
Oh, 100%. 100%. See, I always say, like, it depends where you live. In-N-Out Burger is huge on the West Coast, especially in LA, California area. It's huge there. And I'm quite sure it tastes 100% better than anywhere else. I truly believe that. Just like Whataburger tastes a whole lot better in Texas than it do in Arizona. Just like White Castle's burger tastes a lot better in Detroit, Michigan than Phoenix, Arizona. I'm just saying.
You can barely find a White Castle out there. Trust me. I had to drive like a half hour to go to White Castle when I lived out there.
Yeah, and look, White Castle tastes better in Michigan than it does to taste down in Florida. I know this. Down in Orlando, I know this. I'm just saying. Whataburger's idea. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's look at this from a different perspective when it comes to Oba Femi. Oba Femi beat Brock Lesnar. You came on here and said if Oba beats Brock, he automatically has to go to the WrestleMania. He has to be immediate in the main event because he beat Brock. Everybody want to see Brock versus Oba at WrestleMania. This show was one of the few who did not want to see it, even though I said I would not mind seeing it at WrestleMania, but it had to be Brock going over. They didn't do that. They put Oba over. Oba is doing nothing until Brock came and attacked him from behind. The WWE, what you guys forget this, when Oba's down in NXT, Oba had some of the best matches he ever had. He lost to Ricky Saints for the title, and it was a hell of a match. Him and Javon Evans put on great matches. Him and Trick Williams put on great matches. Him and Tony D'Angelo had great matches down in NXT. The WWE, mainly Triple H and people on the main roster, writers, producers, they want you to forget about that ever existed, because they want to build Oba to this beast. They want him to build to the next best thing. They want Oba to replace Brock Lesnar. And what they should be doing is, okay, he beat Brock. Now, let's put a title on Oba. You telling me that Oba against Ray Phoenix wouldn't be a good match? Oba can put on matches like that. Oba is not a Brock Lesnar.
The problem
Brock
with
Lesnar
WWE,
is a generation.
WWE is one of those companies that, if you're a big guy, you got to wrestle like a big guy. If you're a little guy, you got to wrestle like a little guy. They don't want him to wrestle. They want him to just go in there and beat people up. They don't want to show it's the Hulk Hogan. It's not even Hulk Hogan, because Hulk Hogan at least did a little something. This is basically almost Big Show territory. Just go in there and do power moves, and that's it. Don't show that you can actually wrestle at all. The fact that he does that spinning elbow, I'm surprised they even let him do that. And that's probably just to highlight that he has a little athleticism.
Yeah. This the killing part was that if you want him to be the next big thing, what I named the title, the next Beast Incarnate, right? Brock Lesnar early in his career was putting on hell of a wrestling matches. If you look at the archives and see his matches against John Cena early in their career, where John Cena was the
prototype,
Word Life John Cena.
Oh, that one,
yeah. You will see the chain around his neck, and all. You will see him and Brock had classic matches. If you remember him and Kurt Angle, if you remember him against The Rock, if you remember early in his career, Brock was having good matches. He just wasn't going out there to beating people up, giving F5s on that. He wasn't a beast then. He was becoming and growing into the beast as he is right now. They are doing Oba a disservice and now allow this man to showcase what he can do. If you want him to be the next Brock Lesnar, if you want him to be the next big Beast Incarnate, the next monster, build it up.
It just shows how clueless they are. Because again, you had an opportunity to build him up. If you were going to bring Brock back, you could have brought him back later after Oba has taken out some guys to still look like that threat. But you went to an open challenge and then said, "Oh, there's nobody that'll fight you. So I'm going to get mad, run to the back, grab two of the smallest guys I can find, and go beat them up just to bring Brock Lesnar back." Like, you didn't even give anything time to breathe because you had no plans. Like, you pay people to come up with things to take care of this for you. You could have had Oba go immediately, "Hey, Jacob, you're still young. You got plenty of time. We got to ride this train right now because this dude's never going to be hotter than he is right now. Your program's going to come. Give it a few months, give it a year, whatever. But we got to put the belt on Oba so that we're running with this now."
The first mistake they made was that they allowed Oba to be on Raw. I will let Oba be a free agent. That's one thing I'll do. Let him go bounce between both shows. Because SmackDown could use him. SmackDown can really use some of those ratings with Oba on there. The second thing they did, when he cut his promo. No, let me rephrase that. The second worst thing they did about this Oba challenge was that the guy that Oba beaten was doing an Oba challenge to get a match on TV. That was stupid when they did with Brock. Is even more stupider when he doing it with Oba. And then when Oba cut his promo, Well, Trick Williams decided to eliminate the open challenge. So to me, when he cut that promo, it sounded like it to me that he wanted to fight Trick Williams for the United States title.
Oh, they're not going to do that. They're not going to put two of the young guys against each other already.
I know, but the way he cut that promo made it sound like he did. But because since Trick got rid of the open challenge, I'll just start my own open challenge. That didn't make no sense.
Well, they can't admit that that's their opt out of having to tell stories. Oh, just do an open challenge. We don't have to think about anything at that point. Just throw somebody out there to kill time.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's lazy booking. I mean, we seen it in AEW, but the only difference with AEW that what makes it better in AEW is that it's Darby Allin, and he's trying to get as much matches as he can because he knows his body's not going to hold up. He is not going to be champion for too much longer, and it'll add some credibility for him.
I will just say the problem with Darby Allin is he's fighting a bunch of mid-carders, and he's not doing any programs. He's not developing anybody into the main event. No, he's just doing a bunch of matches with mid-card guys. It's like, where's Swerve? Like, if you want to actually put Darby over as a great champion and actually build him up, because people are like, oh, this could be the best title run of all time in AEW. It's not even close. Because you're having to fight a bunch of mid-carders. Where's Swerve? Throw Swerve in there one week. Have Darby beat Swerve.
Yeah.
Then you can start talking about something. Where's Samoa Joe? Where's all these big main eventers that he's not wrestling?
Yeah, he's giving all these mid-carders an opportunity for a title shot because he know, like we all know, they're not going to get a shot at the title. And it would be nice to see him get his win back on Swerve. It would be nice to see him fight Samoa Joe and get a win back from Samoa. But they're not trying to build Darby as a credible champion. They're just trying to get a much title opportunities he can for these mid-carders who's not going to win the title. And when he does fight MJF for the title, he's going to lose because his body's not going to hold up, and they're not going to put him over MJF. They did it one time only. This time around, they're not going to do that. But with Oba, it goes back to this, man. They dropped the ball on Oba Femi. Now he has to do 2 more matches with Brock Lesnar because you had nothing for him creatively. You can put him in the IC title. You can put him with that situation, and you can have him win it. Do the exact same thing you did with Gunther. You can do the exact same thing with Oba. Add more credibility to the IC title because it makes a lot of sense to doing that instead of, you know what, we're going to bring Brock Lesnar back for 2 more matches, and then third one he retired Brock, and we'll build his star back up.
I still say my way was the best. Brock, we need you next WrestleMania. We're going to give this guy a run through the entire roster for a year, build him up as the badass, and then you're going to put him over.
Yeah.
The following night on Raw, whoever the champ is, demand a match with him.
Yeah.
And then take the title on a Raw.
Bad. We make this so worse. Everybody wanted this match except for you and somewhat me. Everybody wanted this match right now.
Now they realize that they didn't want it.
Yeah, they could have waited. They could have waited.
You built this star up. It's the whole thing. You flew too close to the sun. It's not Oba's fault. You guys shot him to the moon. Brock gave you guys the easiest out of all time to give Cody Rhodes a break, to give Roman a break. Now, they're not going to do anything to harm Roman. Roman needs to be the god of WWE for all eternity. Why, I still don't understand that, but whatever. But, hey, you could do what I said with Jacob. Hey, obviously, this is a fluid situation. Brock threw us a curveball, but we got to run with it. So you're going to get your run. It's just getting put off a little bit. You could do that. Or I'd say, Cody, you got nothing. Gunther, you were already lined up to have a program with LA Knight. You guys keep doing that. Cody, you're dropping the title to Oba. Done.
Yeah. Well, he's going to drop the title anyway.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to lose anyway. Put it on Oba. Let Oba get a run with it. Get the experience. Your first title run's usually pretty bad.
Yeah.
But it gives you some time. It gets you some easy wins. And come back next year. It could be against Cody. It could be against whoever you want it to be. If you wanted to bring Brock back at that point, then you bring him back at that point. Brock loses a second time, it's done. You beat Brock Lesnar twice at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
now, let's say Brock does retire at SummerSlam. They could have the opportunity potential to build that their interaction from the Royal Rumble, built all that all the way up to SummerSlam. You could have had Oba doing other programs with other wrestlers,
mm-hmm.
and to that point where Brock Lesnar is throwing out an open challenge to anyone at WrestleMania. Then I'll have Oba respond to that, because at least at that point, Oba will have some credibility on the backside of it. Okay, I beat this guy, I beat this guy, I beat this guy, I beat this guy. Oh, and I'm the IC champion. Or, oh, hey, you know what? I'm the United States champion.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I've put almost no effort into thinking about any of these things.
No.
It already came up with better things than what the WWE is giving you. And as an example, I looked. I think it was on the 16th. It was a couple days after the day after the tickets went on sale. So Raw's coming to Detroit in July.
And I was like, what?
I think 19th or 20th. I don't know. It's somewhere in the middle of July. So I was like, let me just check it out. I'm not going to go because I don't want to give Ari Emanuel any money. But 2 VIP tickets, it's like $10 short of $1,000. And they weren't even good seats. They were shit seats in Little Caesars.
I haven't been there yet.
It was a couple bucks short of $1,000 for.
They trying to milk that money.
Yeah. Now again, those were VIP seats. I didn't even bother looking at what like regular seats were because I just don't care that much. But yeah,
here's another one that I was thinking, and actually, it's not the Oba thing. It's the actually, I kind of should have had this in the notes. Carmelo Hayes came back last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not mad about his first program with Ricky Saints.
You know he's going to lose. You got to put over Ricky Saints because he's the new guy.
Well, no. Carmelo beat Ricky.
Yeah, he beat him in that match. But for the program, he's ultimately going to lose the program.
Maybe. And I say maybe because I think that's going to be over for now. Because I do believe we're going to see Carmelo and Trick Williams right away.
We better. SmackDown needs a lot of love. Like, we've been saying it since we started this show, but, like, it's so bad that it's so evident that Raw is their priority. Like, for years, anybody watching both shows would have said SmackDown was the better show. Why? Because Roman Reigns was on there and they put all of their attention into the Bloodline storylines.
To me, SmackDown has the best wrestlers.
It does.
Raw.
Are you like trying to not be on camera anymore?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to make that one person who watch us a little comfortable. She tried to replace me.
Just removing yourself from the show.
She probably like, there you go. There you go. No. I look at Raw. Raw might have the best personality as far as these guys. They cut better promos than the guys on SmackDown. SmackDown has the best wrestlers. But SmackDown has the worst storytelling out of both shows.
Oh, absolutely.
For a reason I just don't know. I'm thinking it might make sense, might not. We might be getting potential Ricky Saints, Carmelo Hayes, and Trick Williams program. I'm talking about off the bat. And if that's the case, they put themselves in a corner where you have 3 guys that you dub as your future, you dub as future main eventers. And you looks like you about to do a program with all 3 guys. And really there's no winner.
That's what happens when you don't plan.
I'm just saying, like, okay, well, for example, I love Ricky Starks. I like him. I do. But his debut match was against Cody Rhodes. Why?
Well, that's what they do with other NXT guys. They always put them against a champion so that they get a shot at the big time right off the bat.
But the thing is, like, it's like they think we're stupid. Like Ricky, I know his name is Ricky Saints, but look, I understand he changed the Saints. I wish he was stuck with Ricky Starks, but we know how the WWE is. This man has more credibility than Carmelo and Trick. You put him in his first match against his closest friend, knowing that he's going to lose, clean, no interference, and then you turned around and you had him lose. Don't get me wrong. Hey, look, Carmelo should have went over, but Carmelo beat him with his foot on the rope. I mean, come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You had Carmelo cut this good ass promo, a face promo, and he beat him doing a heel move. What are we doing here, fellas?
Yep. That's quality WWE storytelling.
But weeks prior to that, when he was hurt and he was in the back and Trick went to check on him, you had Lil Yachty tell him, hey, they go catering. What are we doing here? Because to me, if I got someone who just, I ain't gonna say beat me for the United States title, but if you have someone who is with another guy who has your title and he didn't get his get back at WrestleMania or even before WrestleMania, if you're trying to make Carmelo Hayes a heel, and I think you're kind of doing a bad job going by it. But I'm trying to say is you can't have three faces. You can't have. I'm not saying Ricky Saints the face, but he definitely was not getting booed.
I mean, he's meant to be a heel right now. Hopefully,
but he was not really getting booed.
Well, and that's the problem is, I mean, go back to the CM Punk Drew McIntyre storyline.
Oh, yeah, Punk was the heel, but you couldn't tell because he was getting cheered.
Yeah.
But then Drew McIntyre is the heel, but he was just speaking facts.
And that's my whole problem with it. Like, everything that Drew McIntyre was saying was factual. That he should be the sympathetic character. He was the one constantly getting screwed by CM Punk for basically no reason. But he was still looked at as the heel. And it's like, okay, well, this isn't going anywhere, so we have to step it up. So the story didn't even progress until he took the bracelet. And that's what, Drew's officially the heel, and it's so bad. He took the little bracelet. Like, WWE does a very poor job of defining heels and faces at this point. And it's because they don't want to put the effort in, just like with these recent releases. All the supernatural-based characters, besides Danhausen, have been removed from the roster. Why? Because it actually takes effort in today's day and age to take a supernatural character and make it work.
That Danhausen thing is I don't know.
Danhausen's going to run his course probably within a year. People are just going to. It's not meant to last.
Nah, and I'm surprised they lasted longer than AEW.
Well, notice how they kept him on TV for over a year.
Yeah, while he's in AEW, I don't think he had any matches in AEW. Not like the much he had in the WWE. But
there's a reason for that. He's not a good wrestler.
Now, I might start a new petition. I might start a new one. It's called Get DS in the Wrestling Ring.
You want to put your old ass in the wrestling ring now?
Hey, man, I got your old ass booking and storytelling.
Oh, if I get the book, you're going in like a Japanese death match.
Oh, shit. I'm definitely winning that one.
I'll get Mick Foley to come out of retirement for you. I'll get Mick Foley to come out of retirement for you. Bust you over the head with a light socket or something.
You got two fat guys in the ring? Yeah, let's get it on.
Yeah.
I like my
I'd take care of you. I'd put you in something good.
Oh, yeah. As long as I got no sumo outfit, we good. We good. I'll put the robe on. Look, I'll be out here, be the black fat Bruce Lee on everybody. Y'all laugh if you want to. I'll beat ass. No,
Very emphatic on that. Very emphatic.
Absolutely. You say you gonna put me in the ring with Mick Foley? Shit, I gotta be tough. You might come up here with thumb taps and the freaking nails with a bat. Hey, I gotta say something.
I mean, if New Jack was still alive, I'd hooked you up. But
New Jack might take me out just regardless, just being there. At least
favorite part of ECW, New Jack's music hits. You know, somebody's about to die.
Yeah, I promise you, when his music hit, I will be outside of the ring.
I love New Jack.
And I'm gonna be outside the ring, open the briefcase, checking the money, make sure this is worth it.
New Jack was the one guy, as soon as his music would hit, would just be an instant smile on my face. Because he would just come out and do something absolutely ridiculous for no reason whatsoever. And then you realize he's high on crack, and you're like, makes perfect sense now.
Yeah. Smile on your face, pissed off because you're $1 million short.
Right.
And since you said he could be cracked out, actually you would be $10 million short because I had to call Lawrence Taylor to help me out.
Just snorting up the money in the back.
Hey man, I need protection sometimes. When you find the angry black man high on crack, that's a different level. That's a different level. Hey, Lawrence, yeah, I got the money. Come on. We good on it? We still good? Come on.
I think this is the most off-topic show we've done yet.
Yeah. And it's not fun too, by the way.
It is. This is what it was meant to be the whole time. Yes, so I just know I have to throw you off with like burger talk or something on every show, and
don't bring up the burger talk, man. That's see, the burger talk gonna lead to other conversations about food that we gonna have, and it's gonna make me end this show because I'm gonna go in my kitchen and I'm gonna find me something to eat because I only have breakfast today. A late breakfast.
That'll do it.
I had a late breakfast, by the way. So let's go into this AEW because I'm clearly done with WWE, and every time we talk WWE, it leads to food talk and New Jack on crack.
I mean, when you're cracked out, you might be hungry. Got to go to Whataburger.
Jesus. Jesus. Here you go. So AEW has the Double or Nothing pay-per-view coming this Saturday, which we will be watching. And a lot of things has happened in AEW, especially today, an hour ago, where MJF did this, the favorite guy on our show, calls Malachi Black a mark who used AEW as a stepping stone.
It's what I said, I think, 2 shows ago. You guys are still trying to grow, trying to get market share. Guys that have a name that can help you do that, you need to just swallow your pride and take it. Now, if you bring him back and he's still the same, he's not willing to lose this and that, okay, release him. But at this point, AEW is not in a position to say, we're too good for you.
All right, so MJF went on the Ariel Helwani show today. It sounds like the AEW locker room will be opposed to the idea of having Malachi Black back. MJF said there's been a night and day difference for the better since wrestlers who viewed the company as a stepping stone were weeded out of AEW. He described Black as the biggest offender of those who had that mindset. MJF clarified that he does not really know Black on a personal level, describing him more as a mark than a bad guy. And he also said, I think it's pretty obvious that the biggest offender was Malachi Black, MJF said, but I don't know the guy, like on a personal level. Do I think he's a bad guy? No. Do I think he was a mark for wanting to have his, I need my mania moment? Yeah. And there were a couple of guys like that, and they got weeded out. And then they went over there, and some of them found the grass isn't greener, and perhaps some of them did. For them, the grass was greener, but I say a majority of the guys that were like, I'm just going to use All Elite Wrestling to go back to the WWE. I think you're going to see a lot of those guys ask for a 50% pay cut from the office, or you're going to see a lot of those guys just get released. And it's unfortunate because if show up to our company and you work hard, there's really no need to burn bridges. And noted MJF was speaking as a team captain and relying how the majority of wrestlers in AEW felt about Black.
Again, you're trying to grow. You need to get as many eyes on the product as you can. Because let's be honest, who you got there, you kind of capped out your ceiling. Yeah. Darby Allin ain't bringing new eyes to your show. MJF, your platform just ain't big enough to draw new eyes to your show. Adam Page, you have the personality of a wet blanket. Samoa Joe, if you were 15 years younger, you could probably do it.
Yeah.
But that's just a spade being a spade. Like, it goes back to, I kept bringing up the Tigers talk. You overpay for some guys. Because that one guy might be a stepping stone to getting other guys over there that can help take you somewhere. And right now, people still want to see Aleister Black. You bring him back. If his attitude still sucks, release him. But maybe he's been humbled after getting released a second time from WWE. You don't know.
So basically you're saying, but why would you bring him back? I mean, I know you get other reasons, but the reason I'm asking this is because if it's true how the locker room feels about Aleister Black or Malachi Black, that would be kind of hard sell to the locker room to bring him back if he was that bad of a guy. Now,
no,
don't get me wrong. If Malachi Black is available out there at the 9-day clause, would I sign him? Yes. But do I have to take into consideration how the locker room feel about it? Yes, I will.
You have a conversation with the locker room. Look, we're trying to go somewhere with this. You have to be real with them. You guys have basically plateaued. That's the honest answer. You guys have plateaued in the audience that you bring in. I got to bring in some people that we might necessarily not want to be here. But maybe, like I just said, maybe he's been humbled after getting released the second time. Now he's going to have to make it in the Indies or on AEW. Yeah, you guys want to feel some sort of way because he didn't want to lose the first time he was there. He thought he was better than you because he's already been to WWE. Okay, cool. I've dealt with that in my job. I'm sure you've dealt with one of those people in your job. Most people have dealt with that. You move on. You guys want to grow your company, or do you always want to just be the cool little MSU brother, as people would say? You're the little brother. You happy being the little brother? Or do you want to actually do what's necessary to grow and get people in? They're going to draw eyes to your show.
Yeah. Look,
and Malachi Black, maybe having Zelina Vega there brings in some numbers for you. Zelina's got a ton of friends in WWE that might not be happy with their current situation that could spawn Bayley coming over. Bayley's going to bring some eyes.
Yeah, I wonder if she is. It's been reported her contract is coming up, and I'm kind of wondering if she's going to resign with the WWE or is she going to take a leap of faith and take a chance on herself and go somewhere else.
If I was her, I'd 100% be done with WWE.
Because if they're going the direction that they should be going, developing young superstars, and technically WWE should have done this a long time ago. But if they're going continue going in the direction of developing young superstars, then she's gonna be trapped at the mid card level.
How has Charlotte Flair or Alexa Bliss being in a tag team developed any superstars in the last year and a half?
They haven't.
Exactly.
But when I mean develop superstars, I mean those who being developed are now in the main event scene. They've been automatically put in the main event scene. So if you're a Bailey or if you're a Bailey or Charlotte Flair or Alexa Bliss and all, and you see that, and I don't know the other two, their contract situation, but if you see that, and you're gonna be in the mid card level, at some point it's gonna come down to your love for the WWE, or you want to go somewhere else and continue your wrestling career, and you can continue on that gravity of I want to be one of the best ever.
Well, she's also got her mom in her ear too, because her mom like handles all of her social media stuff.
Yes.
And that she's talked about it. She's like, all those pictures of my ass, that's my mom. Like her mom's obsessed with her butt. Which don't get me wrong, I am too.
Thank you, Mom.
But like she's gonna have her mom in her ear too. You could still go somewhere else. I 100% would. You can. People think to be the greatest of all time, you have to sit in WWE your whole career. It's actually the exact opposite. If you want to be known as the best, you actually do it in different promotions. But nobody wanted to wrestle in different promotions because WWE's been the only one worth noting for 20 years. TNA had a period of time where it could have been the next big thing. We all know how that went. Wait until you watch Dark Side of the Rings 3-part thing with Jeff Jarrett. You'll get to see a little bit of that. But they had their shot. They blew it. AEW had some momentum a couple years ago. You pushed NXT to a whole different night, and then you lost all your momentum because Tony Khan gets in his own way. Tony Khan's his own worst enemy. That's the reason why AEW's not moving anywhere. They're stagnant. It's not a bad product. It's not a great product. It's a good product, but it's not growing. So you need to bring eyes over to your product. Bailey would be a massive signing for you. Unfortunately, people don't watch women's wrestling the same as they do men's wrestling, so you're going to need to get some big name guys to come over. That might mean bringing over Aleister Black to do the Malachi Black thing again. Swallow his pride a little bit. Baby, like I said, getting released a second time might have humbled him. Chances of him going back a third time anytime soon, very slim. How AEW has not signed Karrion Kross, just it boggles my mind.
Well, not yet. But I also kind of feel when I look at Malachi Black, the chemistry he built with Brody King and Buddy Matthews.
And Buddy Matthews is back.
Yes.
He showed up overseas.
Yes. And it's only a matter of time he showed up on AEW television.
Jacked beyond all belief, too.
Yes.
I think he has the biggest shoulders I think I've ever actually seen on a human being.
Hey, man. He got a tall wife. You got to be able to carry her. When you remember the chemistry that the three had together, it was undeniable. So if he comes back to AEW, you can tell that he needs to be with those two guys if you don't get the best out of Malachi Black. Now I do believe if you bring him back, you got to have that conversation in the locker room. You got to have that conversation.
Did because AEW has a high level of immaturity to it.
Yes, they do. High level turnover, big time.
They operate it like it's like a college frat house.
Yes,
and a lot of that is most of it.
It's not good.
Tony Khan's fault.
Yeah, and it's not good.
And I mean, like we talked about the CM Punk thing, like.
Well, it's just more than the CM Punk thing. It's more the CM Punk thing, the Young Bucks thing, the Kenny Omega thing. You have EVPs who are wrestlers, but they're not good businessmen.
Well, no, that's not their background.
Right.
And that's why Tony Khan needs to actually establish a hierarchy in that company of somebody that's your head booker, somebody that's your head of creative. The fact that he does it all is why everything's so out of control over there. So when you have your guys coming out, first thing I'd be saying is don't post on social media. Keep your opinions to yourself. Because if I want to sign this guy and they want to come back, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Because again, the talent that you have there isn't bringing new viewers.
No.
Like,
and to
you're
me,
at risk of not having a TV deal, and you don't have anybody that's breaking the bank. MJF, don't get me wrong, if MJF had a platform like WWE, he would be one of the biggest things of all time. But he's basically burned his bridge of ever going there. On his own, I don't think
he wanted to go there.
He doesn't, and that's why he basically burned his bridge, because he openly talks bad about him. But you guys need to bring in talent so that you have a TV deal. Because without a TV deal, you're not going to have a company.
No.
And if you do, you're going to have all those guys taking massive pay cuts.
Yeah. Another story here from the good guys at AEW is Swerve Strickland, one of my favorite wrestlers, probably the top favorite wrestler right now. He was asked a question about Darby Allin's title run. I'm quite sure you'll like this response. It says, according to fellow AEW star Swerve Strickland, the last part was a mistake. And the last part I'm talking about was Allen defeated MJF, and AEW essentially take the title off of MJF during a successful title run and put it on Allen, who had not been in a world title contention some time. In an interview with Bootleg Cav, Strickland admitted that he was among the many that was stunned by Allen's sudden title win. And though he feels Allen's run as a champion has turned into a massive success, thanks to several acclaimed title defenses, he does think that Allen could have gone into the victory with a bit more momentum, especially compared to how MJF had been presented. He also went on to say, I feel like there could have been more done for Darby in that moment. Me personally, Strickland said, here's the thing. I feel like it anchored Darby a little bit too much because we're also watching MJF go 46 minutes in a Texas death match. We're also watching him go 38 minutes with Kenny Omega. And I'm not saying Darby's not qualified to compete for that, but you got to make Darby qualified to compete like that. And I felt like they didn't do much of a favor with that. But Darby is so talented that now this run is making up for it. He's so talented and undeniable.
Well, and we've talked about the whole Spike Dudley thing where people are making the comparison. He's like, I don't see it. I'm more accomplished. Yeah, you can do more in a wrestling ring than Spike Dudley could. We've seen glimpses of it, but you've made your entire shtick about basically being a wannabe deathmatch wrestler. So until you can show and present yourself in a different light, why would they put you in a 48-minute match in a Texas death match? Why would they put you in a technical match 38 minutes long with Kenny Omega? You haven't shown any interest in really doing that. You want to do all the big spots and put me through a car windshield without, using candy glass and all the other things. Throw me off the top rope and just right onto the concrete with no padding. Like, you have to show an interest in wanting to actually show that you can wrestle.
Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite WrestleMania matches of all time is Bret Hart versus Stone Cold. Why? Because there's a story being told in the ring. It's two guys that can wrestle. Also, one of my favorite matches of all time, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels in the Iron Man match. Why? Because it's a great match. Two guys that can wrestle. I mean, if you want to do stunts, you can do stunts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he's been known for. And now all of a sudden he wants to be, I've seen a couple interviews where he's talking about he wants to be considered a great wrestler, this and that. Then you got to show it. That's the biggest thing. You got to show that you can wrestle.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Two more things, Jamie. Then I can stop being a moderator.
I'm not the one that said that.
Chris Jericho came back to AEW. And now he's going by the name Jericho. And everybody want to know what's the inspiration behind that.
that he's been called
He went
just
on and
Jericho
say,
for
dropping his first name from his wrestling monkeyer, he told Ringer Wrestling that the idea came from self-entitled or overly basic album names. When fans hear the name Jericho, he feels like it brings back all of the memories they experienced throughout his career. I like the idea of what I'm doing now with Jericho. And by not using that first name a lot, it created this whole intrigue online. Like, what's he doing? What's the idea? What's the reason? And honestly, it's like a self-entitled album. Jericho said, that's where I kind of got the idea from.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, when most people talk about him, you don't say Chris Jericho, it's just Jericho. Because the name is so unique that when you say Jericho, people know. It's like when you say Goldberg, nobody's saying Bill Goldberg, it's just Goldberg. So it makes perfect sense. And to his thing, the whole self-titled album, it works. But to go back in the history of everything Jericho's done, you don't have to sit here and say Chris Jericho. If you just say Jericho, everybody knows who you're talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not surprised. I like it.
Yeah, me too. I'm not surprised. I mean, if you talk about self-entitled album, why talk about self-entitled performers? You know, like the most famous one, Prince. This Prince, nothing else. Jericho, it fits. I like one thing I always like about Chris Jericho, and we said on this show, is that he always knows how to reinvent himself in a way where it'll get over. And I like that about Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, everybody is disappointed that Chris Jericho didn't return to the WWE. But I can say tell you, I'm glad he didn't go back to the WWE because they'd be trying to figure out how to get him and Gunther in a match for retirement.
No. Well, supposedly that's what was discussed. He had conversations with them, and that's what they were pitching was a short return to lose to Gunther. And as far as the Jericho thing, I like it. When people talk about Jericho, everybody just says Jericho anyway, like I already said. Mm-hmm. So it fits. It's actually like a natural progression. Like the fact that anybody has to ask him about it, it's not even something I thought of. Like he's just going by Jericho. It's not like Adam Copeland going to Cope. That's just stupid.
Nah, especially when you know who you are. Really,
yeah, like everybody knows Jericho. When me and you talk wrestling, when anybody talks wrestling, you just say Jericho, and you know who it is. So it's a perfect natural progression. And again, it's like we've talked about with the reinventing. It's the little small tweaks. It's not the he came back and chopped his hair off this time or any. Sometimes it's just the little small tweaks that make everything fit together. But going back to AEW made sense. When you look at the landscape, was he going to go to Japan? Why would he go to Japan right now? Didn't make any sense.
He was going. Well, I know. I want to say a few years back, he was going to New Japan and AEW.
Yeah.
He was able to wrestle other promotion, which it was good for him. And actually, honestly, that's how wrestling should be. You should not be held down to one promotion. You should go to other promotions to promote yourself. Have some great matches.
Thanks, Vince McMahon, for that. Thank Hulk Hogan for that because, Jesse Ventura tried to unionize. Hulk Hogan screwed that up for everybody.
Yeah. Finally, the match card is all set for AEW Double or Nothing. Like I said, me and Jane both be watching. I hope everybody else tune in. This is the match card, and I want to give me your top 3 matches you're looking forward to seeing. Let's start at the top. The AEW World Championship title. Hair versus title. Darby Allin versus MJF. For the AEW International Championship, Kazuchika Okada versus Kazuchika Takasha. Got his name right somewhat.
Somewhat.
I know I messed up somewhere.
That is, I can tell you right now, the one I'm looking forward to the most right off the rip.
Okay. The AEW Tag Team Championship New York Street Fight I Quit match. FTR versus Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. And no, if Copeland and Cage lose, they must quit as a tag team. The AEW Women's World Championship 4-way match. Thekla versus Hikaru Shida versus Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander. And there will be tournament matches on here for the Owen Hart Cup. Quarterfinal. I'm quite sure you're going to like this match. Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe. Swerve Strickland versus Bandito. The women's Owen card Cup quarterfinal. Willow Nightingale versus Alex Windsor. The multi-man match, the Stand Stampede, is the Elite. Kenny Omega, Jack Perry, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson. The Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. And Jericho versus The Demand, Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona, and the Don Callis family members of Mark Davis, Andrade El Idolo, and the Dogs, Clark Connors and David Finlay.
That would be my number 2 match, just because I love all things Andrade. Like I think he's my favorite current wrestler going right now. Favorite male. He would be second overall next to EO, but he would be my favorite male wrestler.
It's amazing how he wrestled in 2 different promotions and he's still being underutilized. Like, he is not in the main event scene. I don't know what I'm missing here.
The dude's got all the charisma in the world. He's got all the talent in the world. Like, I think he's got an attitude problem, if I had to guess. Just based on of what we've heard and seen from other companies, if I had to guess, it's probably an attitude problem. I could be wrong, but he's my favorite current male wrestler.
So my 3 is the AEW National Championship match, Okada versus Takeshita. I'm looking for that match. I'm looking forward to seeing the AEW World Championship match, Darby Allin versus MJF, because those 2 guys, whether you can bid or not, these 2 guys put on good shows. Like I said, like, they started together. They have chemistry together. They're, as
my number 3.
The pillars. So
that's my number 3 match.
My number 3, Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe. The reason I picked that match is because, one, Ospreay just sweet, and Samoa Joe is a very good veteran wrestler. He knows what he's doing in the ring. He is going to make Will Ospreay look good.
Well, yeah, and I really think people need to temper their expectations of what Will Ospreay is going to be moving forward.
Yeah, don't look. His monkier name is the Aerial Assassin, right? And we know he's still doing some aerial moves, whole 9 yards. But if you pay attention, man, added some, some other type moves, so he won't be doing those aerial attacks like he used to. He got to actually do some wrestling. I want to say ground and pound, but actually got to do some wrestling because that neck injury he suffered was major. And because it was major, it forced him to wrestle in a different way.
Yeah, so I mean, it's the Steve Austin thing, as we talked about before. Like, Austin changed his style completely.
Yeah. Moving forward, I could see him doing less of the aerial stuff he does and more of just doing some basic wrestling.
Yeah, he's gonna have to show that he can. If he could get to like the level of a Daniel Bryan as an actual ground wrestler, you could be talking about probably the greatest wrestler of all time.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll get to that level, but he's going to have to show that. It's like I said before when we were joking around. I'm like, he's going to have to Vince Carter it. But Vince Carter couldn't jump the way he used to. He had to learn how to make a jump shot and actually develop a jump shot.
And he has to learn how to wrestle. And look, Will Ospreay, even though he's back from a serious neck injury, before he was at neck injury, the guy was probably the top wrestler in the world. And he's definitely still top 2, top 3 in the world. It's just that when you suffer a major injury like that, it makes you do things different. I mean, wait till Kevin Owens come back. Whenever he decides to come back, you think Kevin Owens gonna wrestle that same style that got him injured, put on the shelf because his neck? No,
he's not going to do those kind of matches. But luckily, his style of wrestling, you take the senton bomb out of it, shouldn't have to change a whole lot. If you take that senton bomb out, but realistically, for Will Ospreay, he could have to change a lot. He's already said he can't do the shooting star press anymore. Too much torque on his neck.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like one of his big moves, just right off the rip, gone.
Mm-hmm. I think one move that I think we're going to see, and probably either going to be his signature or going to be his finisher, is the Tiger Bomb, the Tiger Power Drop.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's going to tap into that a little bit more. Because like I said, all the aerial stuff, it's going to add so much torque to his neck that he won't be able to do these things for the next few years. It's going to be a different look. Yep. So that's what we're looking forward to. All these matches should be good and very long. Long. Look, it's AEW, man. It's AEW tap into these 4 to 5 hour pay-per-views.
They stand by giving you what you pay for.
Yes,
so I'll give them that.
True. That's true. And if you love professional wrestling, AEW is where to go because you're gonna get those 4 or 5 hour pay-per-views. But when you're a content creator like we are, come on, man. Can you dial it back and cut it down an extra hour, cut it down an hour, make it 3?
I mean, the one thing I'll say is at least it's actually wrestling. You watch a WWE PLE, it's a 3-hour show. You've got an hour and 7 minutes of wrestling and 2 hours of commercials.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Because evidently the bills got to get paid when you.
I don't know. To me, the bills were getting paid when Vince owned it, and that was without all the heavy advertising. If you got the occasional Slim Jim ad, that was it. Now it's on your tables, it's on your ring, it's on your ring post, it's on your digital signs on the side of the ring. Like I said before, it's just putting the money on the dresser and just have at it.
Yeah, but Vince also didn't own UFC and became like $2 billion in debt with the UFC
because he was smart enough to know not to buy a sinking ship.
No, he was smart on that part. Well, that's it for the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the show. Make sure you guys take care of your mental health. Take care of yourself. I'm going to say this all the time we do the show for the month of May. It's very important you take care of your mental because I want everybody to have a good quality life and enjoy their life. And especially me and Jamie, since I've been replaced as a monitor. The new guy going to show up next week or the new woman going to show up next week. I don't know which is which. But everybody, take care of your mental, enjoy life, have fun. What did you say, Jamie?
I said, you're just not going to let anybody live that down. You're just going to keep twisting the knife.
Oh, no, man, I got to have fun with it.
You know, if they start questioning me about it, I'm not the one trying to replace you.
I know. But hey, to that person who said that, be cool. So I got to have fun with it. Because
if you could get Molly Quorum
with it, I'm not enjoying it.
You can get Molly, if you can get Molly Quorum to show up one week, I will personally be okay with you not being on the show.
Me too. Me too.
Just putting that out there.
You think I'm gonna complain about that?
I'm just putting it out there that if we can get Molly to be on the show, I'm perfectly fine with her replacing you for the week.
I'm 100% okay with that. 100%.
You have fun with your messages later.
Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's been the Signatures and Finisher podcast. We catch you guys later. Eat your Whataburger. Peace.